Cheryl, thank you so much for being here at the end of the day. Really appreciate your time. We're talking about uncommon paths. So we're talking about inspiring people to become business leaders and have opportunities in new fields. So if you could tell me just a little bit about what you do.
So I am the Executive Director of School Innovation, and that's an interesting title. It's a new title that's cropped up in education. And basically what directors of innovation get to do is think differently about academics in a school district and push, away from just a one-size-fits-all and create dynamic new ways for kids to engage in school. So it's really exciting, especially having been a principal for 10 years in a high school and seeing that adult behaviors can truly change the lives of kids. And then being given an opportunity to do that at a district level is just really special.
Absolutely. So knowing that we're doing this to inspire young people, what would you say to people who would maybe want to get to a position like where you are?
Well, I would first tell them that they need to know their own personal strengths, interests, and values. And I'll tell you that I think I knew from a very young age that I wanted to be a teacher. But because being a teacher in my family did not equate to earning a large salary, I was diverted in college towards the sciences. So my family, I wanted to go into English and get an English degree, but my family thought that going into the sciences would mean a better future for me. And the sciences were not my forte, and we knew that about a year into college.
Okay.
So I was fairly certain that I wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And I think that one thing that I wish would have happened for me, in the school district right now, we use what's called the strong and strengths inventories. So I took the strong inventory. It's the inventory that you're given before you go into college. And lo and behold, what rises up in my strong inventory, but the two careers that I might have considered as a 16-year-old, which were military science and public safety. So fire, police, careers that I would never have considered for myself when I was younger. So those weren't even careers that people would have given me any exposure to. And I didn't know what my strengths, interests, and values were because no one asked. So I followed my thoughts about what I was good at. I would line my little stuffed animals up when I was in elementary school and I'll give them English tests. So I knew there was a future for me in teaching.
Yeah.
And once my parents understood that forcing me into the science
Sciences.
area in my second year of college, I went into to the humanities and came out on the other end with honors. So I think you have to follow what drives you. But I think in the high school level, I wish we did more to let people know. And I think especially with girls, sometimes we don't get exposed to all of the math and science that's out there. And I think sometimes we're not attracted to math and science because when we come up in school, we're not placed in situations to get excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing the opposite now in the school district where girls that are exposed to the sciences early on are finding an affinity for it.
That's exciting. So I can imagine having that background and having that story that you might want to bring some of that to the work that you're doing now of helping people find what are they passionate about, what are their values. Is that something that you're working on, bringing into the school systems?
Absolutely. So at my old school, Kearney High School, we just received a $1 million grant. And what we're doing with it is we're building a TK 12 backbone. So at every grade level, from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade, we're making sure that we're paying attention to academics, career, and social emotional.
Amazing.
So kids are getting an opportunity to engage deeply in the academics, exposure to careers, and getting to know how to self-regulate, how to self-actualize, and know who they are and what their strengths are so that they come up the pipeline.
That is very cool. Very exciting. Yeah. Thinking about BlueTech Week, since we're here, what brought you here?
So several years ago, I was actually asked because I oversee the college and career pathways in San Diego Unified. So I was asked to sit on a panel. And Michael Jones and the facilitator asked me, Cheryl, what do you know about BlueTech? And my answer was, I don't know anything about BlueTech, but I know pathways and relationships with industry partners change kids' lives, so I'm here to learn. And so I spent a lot of time with Michael Jones talking about blue technology, talking about what makes San Diego special. He completely convinced me that as we implemented our STEAM curriculum in San Diego Unified, we needed to show people what was special about San Diego, especially the kids, that they weren't just learning STEAM, they were learning the skills and they were learning the academics that would allow them to stay in the high-wage, high-skill sectors in their own city, in the STEM areas. So I got connected to Michael Jones. We started talking about water, the ocean, and how all of those things needed to be driven into our STEAM curriculum. And he helped us as an advisor on what we call our TK5 STEAM rollout, where each year over 5 years, we are implementing 4 hours of STEAM that is BlueTech based in our elementary schools over a 5-year period. We're really excited and it's going very well.
That's amazing and very innovative. It's creative. I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, it feels special.
Yeah.
So we're excited about it.
Very cool. Great. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. And this was great to talk to you. Great.